everyone that's watching is gonna be like, see, B series is the way. What kind of wheel is that? I never seen that before.
What's nice about having AC and power steering is I could just go to AutoZone and find that belt from anywhere. Not much work done to it other than drop-in cams, manifold. We just need it to work and be cost efficient too.
And we have another one. Safely say that you like Integras.
Yeah. Have a red car that we could showcase that we rebuilt and then put some lap times down. But after that, the car's just too nice. You don't want to get rock chips anywhere.
3 Integras. So you would be the perfect person to ask this question. K versus V. What's up, guys? I'm here with Loy Hua. Look at that. Man. Amazing ride. Let's talk about how you got into first the cars, the track days.
I forgot when, around maybe 2005 to 2010. I got a 98 Integra Type R, met a couple friends, Larry Lester, Romeo. They got me into tracking. I did my first track day. I was hooked ever since.
How long ago was that?
I would say maybe 2008, 2010 is when I first got started.
Were you always into like performance driving?
At first it was just like load cars, the look, wheels. Okay. After that, you just try to put what performs the best.
Right. And then once you drove on the track, you were kind of instantly hooked, right?
Yeah, because you're just chasing that lap times. Even if it's just a PB and it's not like super lap or anything.
When you were younger, what kind of cars were you driving?
My first car was an EG, and then I had a 96 GSR, and then an EM1. So
always a Honda guy?
Always a Honda guy.
What year is this car?
This is a 1997 Integra Type R.
Type R, the real one.
Real Type R, USDM, but JDM looks.
Yeah.
It's confused.
What made you want to go with the Integra?
The Integra, I've always liked the Integras. The Type R chassis, because I have owned a 1996 GSR. I would say with the same mods, let's just say basic coilovers, you put it on the Type R, the handling's just faster. Like it's more nimble. It handles, takes corners very well with just the same coilovers.
So you could tell the Type R is actually feeling a little bit different than a GSR?
With the way that Honda Acura built it, with the reinforced wheel wells and their performance bars and where they stiffen up the chassis makes a big difference.
Cool. Let's show the car.
Jay's Racing Hood, Crow House fenders, Jay's Canards, custom front splitter, JDM front end, T37s, spoon mirrors, optional side skirts.
Oh, is that an optional side skirt?
Yeah, okay. OEM optional side skirts.
I'm assuming these are all like authentic parts.
Yeah.
We're looking at a lot of money, huh?
Yeah. A lot of money in exterior. The lip is VIS.
Okay.
Spoon replica, just because I track it, I don't want to break, anything nice. Last time I had a first molding lip on there, my brother went off a track at Bun Willow, win $200 on a race that was heads up. We took the win, but the lip cost more than that.
Why did you go with the JDM front end?
When I purchased this car from one of my friends, it already had a JDM front end. I actually prefer it better because there's more aftermarket options for it, as far as like a vented hood or wider fenders or bumper options. With the US, you only have one real bumper that you could really run versus this, run the stock one, the Mugen, C-West. There's endless options.
What kind of suspension do you have? And maybe the wheel setup?
For the coilovers, I'm running on some JRZ Motorsport 3-ways that I purchased. My friend originally owned it and then bought it off of from that car. Brakes would be just standard FA5 front rotors, front calipers that I put some Raybestos ST43s on there. One of the better brake pads that I've ever ran. And there's still a lot of life on there. That's a lot of years. 300 mil front rotors. The rear should be Winmax. Sway bars, just a stock front one. The rear is a Mugen 26 mil, just so a little bit beefier, gets the car to rotate a little bit faster. I ran the ASR one before too, the 32 hollow. Those work pretty well, but I have a couple of these laying around. So.
What kind of wheel is that? I've never seen that before.
Vogue T37, 15 by 8 plus 27 squared. This is
wow, that's a rare one, huh?
Yeah, the 27s, not a lot of people have them. They discontinued the OG lines, so now it's all SLs, and then I believe they're gonna discontinue the SLs too. The Sagas or the Saga Pluses. Even finding SLs is rare too.
Man.
And this is just the street tires on here. I have the Hoosiers that I usually run in the trunk.
Okay. Rewinding back to the JRZs, what are the spring rates on it now?
I believe the front is 700 or 750 pounds, and then the rear is at 600. A little bit soft, I would say. I was gonna upgrade it to maybe 650 just to get the car to rotate a little bit faster rather than being a little bit slower. So in here is a motor that I ran for years, came off of my black car when we used to race together. But Willow, I would see you in your S13. This is the same power plant that is from that car.
Gotcha. Is it a K20?
This is a K24,
K24.
with a K20 A2 head, just with bolt-ons, cams, drop-in cams, intake manifold, header, intake, exhaust. Nothing done to the bottom end. The car makes 272 horsepower to the wheels and 198, and that's a unported head, stage 2 cam, and that's on pump 91 because I don't want to deal with E85.
Wow, 270, huh? That's pretty amazing coming from 2.4 NA.
Yep.
Not much work done to it.
Not much work done to it other than drop-in cams, manifold. The bottom end's a JDM TSX head K20 A2 unported.
Do you know roughly how many miles are on the engine?
Unknown.
Unknown.
Unknown. It's a JDM motor. They could say whatever they want.
30K always,
Yeah.
right?
I've ran it for more than 5-6 years. It's been going strong.
So is there a reason why you went with the K24 versus K20?
Yeah, I used to have just a full K20 A2 engine and then tracked, of course. Got a rod knock on that one, and then I bought a brand new block, K20 Z3 from an SI. Also did the oil pump and all that. Same head, same cams. Also got a rod knock on track on that engine, and then by that time I blew a bunch of money already changing bottom ends. So I had my friend, used to have a shop, JDM import shop, JNR Auto. So I was like, hey, just let me buy a K24 from you and then I'll reuse my head. These things on track, they eat up rod bearings, but that was before I went to the Unit 2 fabrication oil pans. I was using the clockwise motion back then, the trap doors. I don't know why I failed, but that's why I went with the K24, because spent so much money on blocks, even a brand new one from the dealer, because I was picky back then, and now you just need a cheap, reliable, replacement block anytime.
Everyone that's watching is gonna be like, see, B-Series is the way.
Yeah, but B-Series has issues with smoking and all that stuff.
Valve stems and...
Yeah, valve stems, seals, or the rings. I mean, these will have issues too, but this is beat on price. It doesn't smoke.
I mean, obviously you had the head, sounds like, but is there a reason why you didn't go with like those CNC heads?
No, just you need everything for budget, really. I mean, yeah, you could go with a CNC head fully ported. You drop a valve or anything, there goes your 4K head or even your billet block, We just need it to work and be cost efficient too. Unless you have endless amounts of money, you could buy all the nice stuff, but most truck guys try to look for budget because they know they're gonna go through tires, brakes, and all the stuff that we change out all the time. Save the money for better tires.
So this is a mainly message for me, but I was looking at CNC head, so that's the message for me. Don't go CNC head, just put a K20 head and
on
make
a
it reliable.
Block. I mean, it's been reliable. For me, I've done bearing maintenance on this too. They look great after years of abuse. I believe I changed them back to original color-coded. You look on the block for the stamps, and then you look on the crank for the stamps of the tolerances, and then you could color-code them from there. If you can't read the color code on the side of the bearings that are already marked from the factory. That's what I did. My bearings look great, but peace of mind for me since I rod knocked a bunch of motors already on track.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Simple formula. It looks like you have all the accessories, right?
Yeah,
Walk us through that.
all the accessories from the oil water pump housing is all from the K20A2. The JDM TSX is different, just to get everything AC power steering to work. What's nice about having AC and power steering is I could just go to AutoZone and find that belt from anywhere, just from a O2 Type S.
Power steering and AC.
Yeah, you gotta have the comfort while getting to track, since I don't have a truck and trailer. So I gotta drive this thing.
That's awesome, man. And it's been a pretty reliable car for you?
Yeah, it's been a great car. I love the suspension. Turn them all the way down to soft and rides like a cloud.
All right, I see the JRZ we talked about, and it's not the blue canister. It's not the cheap blue canister.
Yeah, these are the Motorsport 3-ways.
How do you like them?
They're great. High speed, low speed.
Got the carbon shop bar. And these things are so expensive now. I tried to buy one. It's so expensive now.
Yeah, they are pretty expensive. And I think there's ways to tell if they're like different gens. Like versions, because I guess they have like either a different welder or a different manufacturer.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then I think this one's the either engraved one or the laser, and then some of them comes with stickers.
Stickers, right? Yeah. It's got the master stopper.
Yeah, master cylinder brace.
Okay. What kind of ECU is running this engine?
Oh, this one's on the Honda K-Pro version 4 Bluetooth.
Okay. What kind of injectors are you running?
Injectors are the grams, 1050 cc. I don't make enough power to use all of them.
You have an option to go E85.
Right, that's E85 compliant. I just have to change my feed and return it into PTFE if I wanted to run E85.
Gotcha.
And a slightly bigger pump on an OEM fuel filter.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's just...
I don't see that too often.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut the line or change it up. Maybe if I go E85, I still have to get rid of the paper fuel filter. For E85, you have to run the stainless mesh one, or else it'll corrode or break apart.
Right. What about the intake?
Intake manifold is a Skunk 2 Street Ultra, ported by Osolo Racing heads. Throttle body is a 74 mil custom welded titanium 3.5-inch intake that I made.
Nice. All right. I see OS Geiken sticker on there.
Yeah, there's
What's the story there?
OS Geiken LSD in there, and then I have a GearX 1 through 6 gear set, the Pro Series. First and seconds, because this gear set was meant for like a 500 horsepower up car. First gear would wind out to like 56 miles an hour, and then second would go to 75.
It's almost like a drag setup, huh?
Almost like a drag setup, or high torque where you need to put the power down and have it go a little bit longer. But after that, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth is very tight together. Okay. So depending on which track it is, the last time my brother took this out, I see most of Streets of Willow, he was in mostly second and third until any type of straights. He'll go to all the way up to fifth.
Okay. I forgot to ask you, what transmission is it? Or
Well,
what is
it already has the gear set in it, but I think it started its life as a Type R transmission. 6-speed, 4.7 final drive. That's what this one has with the gear set. Some people put a little bit shorter final drive in there, but I think the 4.7 mates up pretty well with our local tracks around here.
Okay. Is the OS Geiken one way or 1.5 way?
I think for the OS Geiken, it should be 1.1. I know it's a one-way. I think only Cause makes a 1.5.
I see.
Not only, but that's an example.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you like the OS Geiken?
Oh, it's one of the best limited slip differentials that I've ever ran. Cause I have that on my other car. Thing's too clunky.
You gotta let people know you have LSD.
Yeah, or they think you have a broken axle.
Yeah, but this one is pretty quiet.
This one's pretty quiet. If you're making like a very sharp U-turn, it'll make some noises, but nothing like the Cause.
What kind of oil do you run in this setup?
I've always been running the Moto 300V, the racing one, but I was talking to Amir, RS Future. He says he likes the Molly Gen liquid moly.
For BMWs?
Yeah, so I'm trying that now.
What weight?
With the 9-liter, I figured if I used Motul, it'd be pretty expensive for an oil change. The weight that I am using for the oil is 540.
Okay. Still have ABS.
Yep.
How do you like that?
Oh, I love it with ABS. My brother was always like a trail breaker on his 4-door Integra, no ABS, and then I drove it and I would just spin because I'm so used to late braking.
Right.
As soon as I lock up the rear, the rear comes in front of me and then I spin out. He's really good at trail braking. I'm not. I like late braking. People has done, I think, the Bosch or the JDM DC5 or even the E46 unit is like really good. The E46 M3 ABS unit. That's what a lot of people are doing. They're putting ABS back in their cars when...
Do you know how much the car weighs?
I do not know what the car weighs, but if I had to assume, maybe 2,500 pounds.
Okay.
Possibly with me in it.
The reason why I'm asking is we're trying to get to the lap time. So you did a 155.
155 on Hoosiers A7.
Hoosier A7s.
Yep, still on a 15.8.
What size was the Hoosiers?
I believe they're 225, 45, 15. They're sitting in the trunk.
155 is pretty quick.
Took me a while to get there because at first I was stuck at 59s, then stuck at 58s, 57s. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And then once you reach it, it's even harder to go any faster.
Right. Do you want to go faster in this car?
I'm trying.
Really?
I bought some wheels from Dwayne, or the NCO ones, the 15.9. So I was thinking of doing a 245 front on an A7 and then stick with the 225s in the rear.
Okay.
And then we'll see if that'll gain any time. Hopefully half a second, if I'm lucky.
Of course, we got the J's Racing hood. Man, this is nice.
Thank you.
No rubbing with the power steering?
No, not at all.
It's good. The splitter you mentioned is custom, right?
Yeah, that one's same as what Ryan Novak uses, just airplane floorboard. Very lightweight, but pretty strong.
747, guys. Clean door panels, clean dash.
Yeah.
Man, of course some Recaros, right?
Yeah, I love the Recaros. A lot of people like Bride. I like the Recaros.
Yeah, me too.
Very comfortable.
Yeah. So you got a pole position.
Pole position, passenger, RMS, driver.
Jeez. So RMSs are so nice.
Yeah, they have the full carbon version too.
You're right.
That's a pretty penny.
All right, what we got going on here?
Just the K-Tune race shifter box with a hybrid racing shift knob. K-Pro V4 over there with the ride wire harness.
Okay.
Mil spec. Got the AEM wideband with the oil pressure sensor. Sine spoon gauge cluster.
Nice.
And then just a spoon steering wheel on a quick release. Works well. Not much.
Nice and clean. Got the stock headliner.
Yep. Zoom carbon mirror.
I like that.
I like it. Carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Looks cool. The view is actually pretty good too.
What about the roll bar?
Just a Kirk 4-point roll bar.
I see you have an amp.
Yeah.
What is that for?
Music on the way to track because we drive it. I got, it's wired up, 2 Alpine Type R front speakers, head unit. The rear is bridged. The other 2 channels are bridged for the amplifier. I mean, for the subwoofer when we put it in, just to drive the track or around the street.
Gotta have some bass, right?
Gotta have some bass and music.
Type R.
Mine and my brother's helmets in the back. I don't know if I mentioned, me and my brother share this car. He's fast at streets. I'm decent at Buñuelo.
You guys ever do like competition between The two of you?
Yeah, we do. When we bring it out, you know, might try to do a couple sessions first. I might do it, and then he does it later, see if he can beat me. Yeah, given times, you know, might be hotter in the afternoon, or who knows? What if the track gets stickier when it's hotter, you know? Maybe not. Engine probably won't like it, but...
It's a great hobby to share, that's for sure.
Yeah, we used to have our own cars, but, you know, we didn't drive it as much because work and days off restraints. So that's why I dropped off for a while, trying to make a comeback.
Awesome. What exhaust is it?
The exhaust is a high-tech twin loop, 2.5 inch.
Okay.
Everyone, you know, with K series are like, oh, they like to breathe. Let's put a loud-ass 3-inch exhaust on there. But, you know, for me, I like it nice and quiet, twin loop. Sounds great.
Okay.
And it still makes power, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I might make more torque than peak horsepower, but the torque is usable in the corners.
Wow, all stock arms in the rear too, huh?
Yeah, just stock Type R, and then the PCI spherical camber kit on a hard race solid rear trailing arm bushing.
Okay.
Pretty basic, huh?
Yeah, surprisingly basic.
Nothing too crazy.
Some Honda badging.
Honda badging because of the JDM front end.
So this is the garage.
Yeah.
Insane. And we have another one. So I can pretty much safely say that you like Integras.
Yeah. Type R specifically.
So this is a Type R, that's a Type R.
That's a Type R.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, what's the story with this one?
This one in, I think, around 2014 or 2016, we were all tracking Integra Type Rs at the time, and everyone wanted to get one. So me and my buddy went to Virginia to buy this one, fully stock, and then we just did some track mods to it, and then once he was done with it, he offered to sell it, and I bought it. I mean, it stayed in the family, you know, I was the one that modded it for him, and, you know, just do some of the track mods. And then I just wanted to keep it in the family because it's a clean example of an Integra Type R.
We were talking about it off camera, but how many miles do you have on this thing?
This one right now has 69,000 miles. I mean, it's not the lowest ever, and it's not the cleanest, but, you know, there's a story behind it. You know, I built it for my friend. We used to track it. He tracked it. I tracked it a couple of times. It has the VINs and pretty clean car. Original motor. He didn't go crazy like me and put a K-series in and devalue it.
So this one is kind of like, not so daily, but you drive it on the street once in a while kind of thing?
Once in a while. I mean, in the last 2 years, since I just put enough miles just to get the ECU monitors ready for smog. These are smog legal.
Incredible. So this one did a 2-minute, right?
2-minute with my friend driving and a leaky rear shock that we found out afterwards.
So that would have been a sub-2 car.
Yep, yeah. with some aero, you know, GT, Voltex wing, small front splitter. But that's what he did, man, like 5 years ago, probably.
Okay. It's incredibly clean. What about the red one?
This one started its life as a 2000 or 2001, I forgot, Phoenix Yellow Integra Type R. My older brother wanted a red car. So I was all like, the only way to do it right would be to strip it fully down, sandblast what we can, soda blast the exterior so it doesn't distort the metal. Brand new bumpers, brand new moldings everywhere. Basically just a refresh of what the car used to be. I mean, it wasn't like a clean, super clean yellow Type R.
Incredible. Of course, you got the Mugans.
Yep, Mugen M7s, 16 7s.
What are they worth now?
Depending on the buyer, I guess, or I would say 5K
Jesus.
or more. That's just my guess. What do I know?
Is this a lower mileage car?
No, this one has, I believe, 140,000 miles. That's why I kind of even agreed to do a color change on this one. Because if it was lower mileage, you're devaluing it.
Right.
But everything's done. Door jambs everywhere. You won't see yellow anywhere.
Nice. It's one of those time capsule cars.
Yeah, just
Made it so clean.
we try to buy as many of the stickers that were still available, like the specs and
Nice.
of the car, or like the gas door. They discontinued a lot of them, but I know that I think Resto Mod started remaking these. Just little stickers here and there that we tried to put back and make it look like this car was factory red.
Yeah. Have you tracked this one as well?
This one, my brother used to track back then.
Okay. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not after the respray. The point was to have a red car that we could showcase that we rebuilt and then put some lap times down. But after that, the car's just too nice. You don't want to get rock chips anywhere. Even though we PPF'd the front end already, but if we were to take it out on track, I would like to do more of the car just so we don't get more rock chips on it.
Very cool. I have some questions. Looks like you have 3 Integras. One with K.
2 with the standard B18 C5s.
B18. So you would be the perfect person to ask this question. K versus V.
These things are slow, so K-Series, hands down. Even if we're talking about like a K20A2 Type S, you know, you put a Honda K-Pro, that thing will still put down 220 to the wheels with like 150 torque. These things put down like 165 in horsepower and like 130 torque if you're lucky.
I guess the next question is K20 versus K24?
Budget, K24 is best.
Might be a biased question, but front-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive?
Front-wheel drive because I've been driving it for so long, but I do have a rear-wheel drive M3, but I haven't learned fully how to handle that damn car.
On your build, what was the most helpful mod? 3 or 4?
Coilovers, for sure, and having good brake pads. I used to run the WinMax and Club Racer and all that. After a while, you kind of overheat them, and I have yet to overheat my ST43s on track. Tires, Hoosiers A7s, grippy.
Any shout-outs?
Thanks to all my friends and family for your guys' support. Hope you guys like this video. If I'm boring, tell me straight up. Thank you guys.
Any final thing you want to say?
Parts are hard to find. Don't wreck the car.
Okay, that's good.